Howdy y'all, welcome to this short update. I'm sure y'all already know about this winter storm that's coming up. Been all over the news, all over social media. It's been beat up like a redhead stepchild by once. But as you can see here, we have a significant long duration winter storm that's going to be threatening over 160 million Americans with widespread heavy snow, sleet, and freezing rain from the southern Rockies to New England, lasting from Friday through Monday, with extremely cold air on the backside of it, prolonging dangerous travel and infrastructure impacts into next week. Heavy snow is likely across a broad region from the southern Rockies and plains through the mid-Atlantic and into the northeast. Snow totals exceeding 12 inches are likely across the Ohio Valley, mid-Atlantic, and northeast. Widespread travel disruptions are obviously likely. And on top of that, there's also going to be some ice, mainly in the deep south, mainly south of where the heavy snowfall will take place at, affecting parts of the southern plains, lower Mississippi Valley, Tennessee Valley, the southeast, and southern Virginia. Significant to locally catastrophic ice accumulations are likely, with the potential for long-duration power outages, extensive tree damage, and extremely dangerous or impassable travel conditions. And as we take a look at the extended impacts in the wake of the storm, communities from the southern plains to the northeast will contend with bitterly cold temperatures and dangerously cold wind chills. This will prolong hazardous travel, obviously, and infrastructure impacts into next week. Preparations should be completed as soon as possible and forecast closely monitored for updates. So basically anything from bitterly cold air to snow to ice here from this weekend all the way into next week. Of course, I'll have another update tomorrow on this winter storm. Then I'll be out back here at the Winds Weather Headquarters reporting on the live conditions as it starts to deteriorate here in southern Indiana. So, before we get into the weather models, to determine how much anybody could expect regarding snow, ice, or even how cold it will get, well, let's take a look at the alert map. We can see, of course, the major winter storm that y'all probably already know about by now. Expected to bring heavy snow and ice impacts and dangerous cold. Much of us here in the lower 48 you can see we got a rare winter storm warning here in Texas and New Mexico, which extends all the way up into Kentucky. I'm really surprised that the winter storm warning hasn't been pushed further northward yet, and I'm getting the why I think it should be pushed further northward here in a little bit. And I would not be surprised if they issue a blizzard warning within this area here, to be determined as to where it will be at, but I would not be surprised if they issue a blizzard warning. And of course you can see extreme cold warnings up here and an ice storm warning. But before we click on any of these alerts, let's go ahead and take a look at the weather models. And the weather model that has been very consistent, at least with this winter storm, is the Euro model. So I give a round of applause to the Euro model so far. It's not been too clickbaity. It's been pretty consistent. So I like that a lot out of this model. But we'll still take a look at the most conservative model here in a little bit, which is the National Blend of Models and the National Weather Service model, which y'all should trust as well. Now, as we push this forward here, see, not much going on today and tomorrow. I'll provide another update tomorrow as well. But as we can see, as we head into Saturday morning, we're going to have a big mess on our hands. Big old ice storm in Arkansas, parts of northern Louisiana, Texas mainly. Northwest Mississippi, northwest Alabama, much of Tennessee is going to be coming in on some freezing rain. And here is where that heavy snow band is going to be setting up. And most folks could see upwards of a foot here in southern Indiana. Far northern Kentucky, southern Ohio, southeast Missouri may see a lot of snowfall as well. And I know there could be a lot of snowfall here in Oklahoma as well, upwards of probably 12 to 18 inches I would expect, but we'll get into the snow totals here in a little bit. But we can see it's going to be lasting all weekend and getting out of our hair, at least here in the central and eastern part of the country as we head into Monday. But of course the northeast is still going to be dealing with the effects of this winter storm before it finally gets out. We head into Tuesday, and it's looking like we're going to be getting a break for a while. So on to the snow totals here. I'll show you the Euro first before I show you what I think we could have come in on. And this is one of the models that most likely y'all probably see on social media a lot, is the Kuchera model. I don't share this one too much. I just don't like the clickbaitiness of it, but it is fun to see sometimes. I do take a look at it from time to time. So as we push this forward here, we can see that through, let's say through Sunday afternoon, let's say, and zoom in here so you can see the exact snow totals. Roughly over a foot here in central and southern Indiana. Now, every run, this keeps being pushed towards the north, so I wouldn't be surprised areas north of Indy could see over a foot of snowfall, but of course, according to the Kuchera, it's looking a little bit less than a foot, but of course I would say to be on the safe side. Roughly 8 to 12 inches here from central Missouri all the way up here into Pennsylvania. And of course, as we push this forward, we can see up here in the northeast as we head into Monday, some areas could see upwards of 1.5 to 2 feet of snow up there. So it's one heck of a system, y'all. And as we take a look at the central part of the country, didn't forget you guys. Roughly about the same. I would say probably some areas could be getting in on close to more than a foot over here in northern Oklahoma and southeast Kansas. So what about the freezing rain totals? Well, we can easily see an inch of ice down here in Arkansas and Louisiana and Mississippi, especially here in Tennessee. Some areas could see ½ inch to an inch of ice. So that's going to cause a lot of problems. And of course, I haven't really found any good graphic to how you could prepare for an ice storm, because it's really not a good way to prepare for an ice storm other than just grabbing the essentials just in case the power goes out. That's really all I can recommend to y'all. Basically, just grab the essentials and hunker down. Pretty much is all I'm trying to say. And, well, I know there's more than just the Euro, so let's just go ahead and blend all these models together and take a look at the national blend of models to show you guys the snow totals all the way through Monday, and this also includes the Northeast as well. We can see roughly 8 to 12 inches here within this pink swath right here from New Hampshire and Vermont all the way down here into Missouri. And as we take a look at the central part of the country as well, some areas could see a foot, some also see upwards of 2 feet. So really, as we zoom out here within this pink zone here, roughly 8 to 12 inches. Anywhere outside of that, of course, a little less, right around 5 to 10, 3 to 6 on the outskirts. And of course, the freezing rain totals, darker the pinks, the more the ice, obviously. So some areas could see upwards of an inch of ice, especially here in Texas, close to a 1/4 inch of ice in some areas. Some areas could see ½ an inch, some areas could see an inch, so definitely going to be causing a lot of problems through Monday afternoon and Monday evening for some folks, as well as up here in the Northeast as well. Delaware, Massachusetts could be coming in on some icing. We could be coming in on some icing here in southern Indiana. I'll be reporting on the conditions here as they start to deteriorate, of course. And I think most of this is going to be sleet, so that's going to be cutting down on some snow totals, but we are going to be coming in on close to 8 to 12 inches here from Missouri and northern Oklahoma and Kansas all the way up here into the Northeast, while the southern half of the country is going to be coming in on some major icing. And as we click on one of the winter storm warning alerts in Texas, they have a threat for power outages down there, and really this is the best graphic I could find for how to prepare for ice storms. Basically just prepare for power outages and stay off the roads is all I can suggest. Have an emergency kit ready, cover exterior faucets, open cabinets under your sink, and drip indoor faucets, locate your water shutoff valves and know how to turn it off. And of course, check on neighbors and family. Do not be fuddy-duds. Please be good citizens and check on one another. As far as the ice storm goes in Mississippi, ice storm expected, of course. We zoom in here. Extreme level 4 means extended impacts from freezing rain and sleet. Looks like Greenville, Hamburg, Bastrop, Greenwood. Y'all are in a level 4 threat for extreme icing. And of course, that means extended impacts from freezing rain and sleet. Numerous power outages are likely. Power outages may extend for multiple days, so make sure you get essentials that you need to last you days and not a couple hours, like a Snicker bar or something. Don't get those are really bad for you. But roads will likely become dangerous to impassable, so definitely stay off the roads if you can and make sure to grab the essentials like I keep saying. And of course, the lower the levels, the less the impacts, but still a level 3, something you still don't want to mess with. So basically all I'm trying to say here, within the ice storm, just grab what you need in case that power goes out. Basically grab MREs, meals ready to eat. Those are good. Jackeries are good to have. Kerosene heaters are good to have because it's going to be getting very cold here soon. We'll cover the cold temperatures here in a little bit as well. And if you can get access to one of those wood stoves, those are really good to have. I do watch this guy called Omar, and there's another guy, he's an ATV guy, I forget his name, Mo I think's his name. He has a wood burning stove and lives out in the boonies in Canada, and he runs a wood burning stove and cooks everything on that and seems to be doing just fine living off the grid. So pretty much just grab all the essentials you need to live off grid for a while, because I think the power is going to be out for days here within the ice storm warning areas. And really anybody who's getting in on ice is really going to be dealing with some major problems. Clicked on another alert here It's going to be lasting from 6 o'clock in the evening on Friday to 6 p.m. on Sunday, so definitely a pretty wide time horizon for this winter storm, affecting much of us here in the eastern part of the country. And here's how you can exactly prepare for this winter storm. Now, a few days out, which we're pretty much in right now, the forecast calls for winter weather. Start preparing now. Have an emergency supply kit for your home and car. Check your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Replenish fuel for your car and heating sources. The day before, which will be tomorrow, I'll have another update tomorrow as well. Forecast accuracy continues to improve, so keep checking the latest. Adjust plans as needed. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. Bring those pets indoors and ensure they have water, especially with it expected to be getting cold here very soon. And during and after the storm, make sure you remain vigilant and informed. Drive only if necessary, especially within those ice storm warning areas. Do not drive, because ice is something you don't want to mess with. Check on neighbors and family. Properly ventilate emergency heat sources. Keep generators at least 20 feet from your home, and take it easy when shoveling, because there's going to be a lot of snow to shovel over this weekend, and it ain't gonna be going anywhere anytime soon. Now, as we take a look at the temperatures here in the eastern part of the country, I'll zoom back out and take a look at the central part of the country as well for y'all. But as we push this forward, temperatures ain't really gonna be all that bad as we head into Thursday. It's gonna be nice and hunky and dory for now, at least until we head into the winter storm on Friday evening and into Saturday, as we're going to be coming in on those negative temperatures as we head into Saturday when that winter storm is wreaking havoc on us. And these bitterly cold temperatures ain't going to be getting anywhere anytime soon, y'all. Unfortunately, we're going to be just dealing with those negative temperatures for quite a while. And we're just stuck in that for quite a bit. So, unfortunately, if you hate the cold air, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. But love the cold air, then I guess soak it all in. If you are a nutcase, then by all means. But unfortunately, not going to melt anytime soon, at least until we head into the February 4th to February 5th time frame. Could be heading back above freezing again. So if you want to take a picture of the ground before the snow hits, then by all means do so, because you ain't going to see the ground at least until we head into the February 4th to 5th time frame. Now, what about the feels like temperatures? Well, of course, the next couple of days ain't going to be too bad, but as we head into Friday and into Saturday, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse when it comes to the feels like temperatures. We're going to be negative 20 degrees and negative 40 degrees up here in Wisconsin and Minnesota. That's why they issued the extreme cold warnings that they did up there. We'll get into those alerts here in a little bit. But keep pushing this forward. We see we're not going to be out of those negatives at least for quite some time. See negative 20, negative 30 degree feels like temperatures here in the Ohio Valley. Really it's going to be miserable here all week this week. So all I can say is that just bundle up, and if you have power, then be grateful, and if you don't, then just make sure you keep those pipes insulated as much as possible, and make sure you have a heating source available, and just stay warm is all I'm trying to say here. Now, the central part of the country, I didn't forget you guys, but as we can see, really the same story. I mean, those negative temperatures pretty much all weekend long, and really as we progress through the week, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse until we head into February. Then I think we're going to start getting a little bit warmer, and we're going to start to thaw out. So that's some good news. So in summary, basically, the suck meter is going to be at a level 10 pretty much all weekend. If you live really anywhere within these colored zones right here, basically the upper Midwest and upper Great Lakes, and really much of the eastern part of the country, I think should be under the extreme cold warning throughout the whole week this week, because I don't think we're going to get out of those negative temperatures at least until we head into February. And if you live in the winter storm warning areas, I would expect some areas getting in on roughly 8 to 12 inches of snowfall, mainly from Oklahoma and Kansas up here into the northeast, while areas from central Texas into Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee, and parts of Kentucky could come in on close to a half inch, to some areas getting in on close to an inch of ice. So really anything from cold air to ice to major snow, we got it all here in the central and eastern part of the country. So anywhere within this zone here, just prepare for a lot of suckiness and a lot of bad weather. And before I let you go, I did issue a bread and milk warning. Y'all should already have your supplies by now anyways. I did watch Max Velocity last night, and he was talking about how the store shelves were all raided, which I guess I don't blame him. Some people were getting tequilas, some people were grabbing 5 things of milk and just stocking up, which I don't blame them. And if you're within the ice storm warning areas and dealing with the ice storm, then make sure you have all you need in case the power goes out. And do not travel if you don't need to. If you do, then just please be careful and use your common sense. And finally, here's how you can prepare for the ice and snow. Use your common sense pretty much. And just for kicks and giggles here, snowstorm's coming. 12 inches is expected to get your bread and milk now. Here's a live look at the grocery store right now. So basically just stay warm and stay safe this weekend. It's going to be a lot of craziness going on with this winter storm here in the central and eastern part of the country. A lot of resemblance towards the blizzard of 93, the storm of the century. Now, I don't think it's going to be that extreme, but you never know. It could be like that. Again, I'll be keeping y'all informed on the snow totals that we get here in southern Indiana, and I'll be reporting live on the conditions as it starts to deteriorate here in the backyard of the Williams Weather headquarters. May even go out there and take a look at the road conditions as well if I'm feeling spunky enough to go do so, and if it's actually going to be safe enough to do so as well. And I'll be on here tomorrow giving y'all a final update on what we could expect. So again, stay warm, stay safe. Hope y'all keep power on. But if not, then grab what you need and just use your common sense. Not too common nowadays, but please use it. So again, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all y'all for watching. And until next time, never stop forecasting.